to be the greatest country in the world. And it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for. And if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
Family, oh, no, I'm not Graham Allen. I'm Chad Prather. What's up, everybody? It is Monday, and I'm excited. In fact, that excited right there. Let's just set some stuff off, baby.
Yeah.
Just litter all over the house. That's the way I come into every dadgum Monday. Just explosive, baby. America is back. And those of you who are asking, where in the world is Graham Allen? Where in the world is Graham Allen? He's doing some important stuff today. I wish we could tell you, but you would be so proud of the Dear America family and specifically Graham Allen. This dude, you guys have no idea how hard Graham Allen works, and it is paying off. There are some huge, rewarding things on the horizon that we will tell you about when we have the opportunity to do it. So hang tight. We got a big show for you guys. There's a lot of stuff going on. Yes, they're going to be blaming Trump. Everything going on in California is Trump's fault. That's what they keep saying, and we're going to get into that today. In the meantime, I want to let you guys know that you're still with us, and I want you guys to throw Graham Allen some support today, and I want you to throw a big GA in the chat. Light it up. Graham Allen, GA, everybody, because he's going to be watching. He's going to be tuning in, making sure that everything is going okay in his absence. I want you guys to blow it up with a big GA. Let me see the chat. Come on, guys. Load this thing up. We got a huge show in front of us today. It is Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope it was fantastic for you guys. I hope you guys are excited. We're a week away. We're a week away from the inauguration, putting Donald Trump back in office, the 47th president of the United States. What can they come up with this week to try and deter that inauguration from happening? I don't put anything past him at this point. I really don't. We have seen some of the craziest stuff happen just in the last 2 weeks. Man, 2025 is off to a bang, literally, and there's so much going on. But you know what? God's in charge, and you guys are a part of this community, and thank God that we have each other, man, and we have an opportunity on the Dear America Show to put the truth out there. That's exactly what we're going to do today. So again, my name is Chad Prather. If you are new to me, I may be new to you, but we're going to have a good time today. And I want you guys to be praying for Graham. Some cool things are happening. Trust us, guys. Trust us. There's some really cool stuff happening. So thank you for blowing up the chat, showing that love to Graham Allen, baby. I love seeing all those GAs. I love seeing all those GAs. Listen, guys, before we get into the show, because let me tell you something, we're going to blame Trump all day long. We are going to blame Trump. Everything is Trump's fault. Climate change is Trump's fault. The fires are Trump's fault. The pimple that you found on your butt this morning, that is Trump's fault. If you can be found if you found a problem over the weekend, it was the fault of Donald J. Trump. So we're going to do, this is going to be, we're blaming Trump. We're going to get it with the mainstream. We're going to join the media, and we're all going to blame Donald Trump today. But we might blame him for some good things. I think we might flip the script on him. Before we do, I want to remind you guys that our friends over at the Wellness Company, they got some pretty cool deals going on right now. If you go over to twc.health/Graham, show that Graham website a little love. twc.health/Graham. I keep all of these little cases in my kitchen cabinet where I can reach in and grab them at a moment's notice, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but your pharmaceuticals, most of your prescriptions, they come from China. So if there's ever a shipping issue or a trade issue or anything like that that gets crazy out there like it has in the past, guess what? Your pharmaceuticals may not make it to your drugstore. So you want to make sure that you have your medical kit, you've got your contagion kit, you've got your field emergency kit. All of these things have the prescriptions that you need, and some of those no-no items that we weren't allowed to talk about for so long, things like the ivermectin and so many other things that are out there. Get your contagion kit, get your medical emergency kit, have these on hand. When you get over there, if you use code Graham, you're going to save. And you know what? You can't put a price on making sure that that whatever they release, whatever gets loosed into our world, you can't put a price on your health. So make sure that your kids are taken care of, you're taken care of. They even got a kids kit. So go over there and check them out. twc.health/Graham. And don't forget, use promo code Graham, GRAHAM, for those of you folks over in Mississippi that may not know how to spell it. Hey. Oh, boy, howdy. Let's get right into the show. There's so many things going on. You know what? He had a beard. He's got a beard coming back. Have no fear. Producer Royce is here.
You got it.
Nice job. Well done. that was it. That was pretty good, except for the making fun of my beard thing. It is coming back. It's coming in. It's filling in a little bit. It's a little bit there.
Oh, he's in transition.
You're in transition. I want to tell the Dear America family something that we say on my show, the Chad Prather Show in the afternoons, because Royce is on my show as well. Is my mother says Royce has the prettiest eyes. Look at those eyes.
She does.
Royce,
She
put
does
them
say
out there. Look at those things. You've got the J.D.
eyes?
Vance guy liner thing going on, just that natural dark. I can't talk about
We'll go back to chat.
part by that lovely MAGA hat on top of his head. He is dark MAGA today. And oh boy, let's get right into it. Everybody's favorite redneck, Hot Seat Todd. He's in the house. Come on, Todd. Where you at, baby? Let's
in
go.
honor of Graham, I have my own pink drink. Good morning, everybody. I hope y'all's weekend went well. Mine was nice and cold and snowy.
Mississippi moonshine over there?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh boy, you know what it smells like to me? It smells like money in 2025. Drill, baby, drill.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Have you seen what's going on in the Gulf of America?
I have actually. I have.
They got some
Quite
ships coming
promising.
in there. Yeah, take a look at this thing. They got the ships coming back in there. They have not been in the Gulf of America. These oil tankers, these oil freighters, they've not been there for a number of years now. And guess what? These things can carry 1.8 million barrels of oil. They haven't been in operation for 7 years. Guess what? They're coming back because we're going to drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. I love this. It smells like money to me. I like this. We talked about America annexing Canada or doing the whole thing. The whole deal smells like oil to me. I mean, it's like a Diddy party. There's so much oil around here, so it's insane.
Oh my gosh.
And Biden's doing everything he can to stop. He's trying to stop everybody from the offshore drilling.
Yeah,
we're turning it over, Todd.
What section of the ocean did he ban? Drilling, fracking, and all that other stuff in? I mean, obviously, as soon as Trump is inaugurated, day one, he's just gonna nope and reverse those policies. But yeah, it's like you said, man. 2025 smells like money, smells like oil. Drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill.
Let's play this. Let's see what he has to say.
Let her rip. Do it.
Good morning, America. Just want to give y'all an update. This ship carries 1.8 million barrels of crude oil
Yeah.
Dang.
at max capacity,
Come on.
but will safely carry 1.3 million barrels. It has not been in operation for the last 7 years.
Dang.
Right now, we are coming up the western side of Africa, headed towards the Gulf of America.
Boom.
Yeah,
We're
I like
drill,
it.
baby, drill.
I like it.
Baby.
And whether they pass it or not, whether it gets through it, if everybody just calls it the Gulf of America, I mean, who's going to stop it?
From now on, it's the
You know
Gulf
what
of
I'm
America
saying?
to me.
Like,
Yeah, it's the Gulf of
me
America
too.
to me.
Me too, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the Gulf
Absolutely.
of America. I want you guys to blow up the chat with DBD. I see some of you already doing it. Drill, baby, drill. DBD. Throw it in there. I mean,
DBD.
why would we fight American money? Why would we fight American resources? Why would we fight American oil and petroleum? Why would we fight that? So, Biden's tried to stop the offshore drilling off the eastern seaboard, the western seaboard. I don't think he did anything, and I think parts of Alaska, but I don't think he did anything in the Gulf of America, which is where, listen, we got more oil resources under our feet right now. I'm right here in the great state of Texas. We got more oil resources under our feet here in the United States of America than they got in the Middle East, baby. So there is no reason whatsoever why we shouldn't be energy independent, 100%. We don't need to be sending our money to Saudi Arabia or anywhere else. We could be absolutely the richest country in the world with the resources we've got. So drill, baby, drill, DBD. Blow up that chat, baby. Let's go. It is Monday. I mean, there's nothing better on a Monday morning than to just get that drilling out of the way. But you know what? We got to fix our cities, dude. You know what? The poverty, I was driving through downtown Houston yesterday. The poverty that's in our inner cities, it's insane to me. And it's Democrat policies. It is progressive, liberal, blue city policies that have destroyed our inner cities. And it's insane to watch. Chicago, pull this thing up, Royce, right here. So this is a wild story right here. So they got school laptops. I mean, these are taxpayer dollars. tens of thousands of tax-funded devices, iPads, laptops. They're missing. They're gone. But they tracked them, and guess where they showed up? In 108 different countries. Tell me how that makes sense. I mean, how is this kind of stuff happening in our cities?
eBay.
This level of mismanagement, but to go out there, and that's exactly right. They're stealing them, selling
eBay,
them.
putting them on eBay.
Yeah, no, is this really mismanagement though, or is it just straight up corruption? Because
It's
how in the world,
corruption.
how do you get 108, tens of thousands of laptops in 108 different countries? That sounds organized to me.
I'm
That's not
telling you,
mismanagement. That's corruption.
exactly how it happens. Is these kids, the parents or whatever, they're putting them on eBay, Amazon, or whatever, and selling them to whoever and wherever that's willing to buy them. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you know how easy that is to do. I mean, I don't know if Royce, I know you don't have any kids, and Chad, I know yours are grown up, but like once they started giving these kids MacBooks, basically they just give them at the beginning of the year. They sign for them, and they don't check on them again until the end of the year. Charger, all that stuff. How easy is it to just take it, eBay, boom, gone, sold?
Yep. And you're right. I was being nice when I say mismanagement. Corruption. I like it. It's corruption, Royce. You're not wrong.
It's corruption.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Royce is never wrong. It's just no, you're never wrong. But it is corruption, dude. I mean, it is pure evil. I don't know if you guys paid attention over the weekend. Joe Rogan had he had Mark Zuckerberg on. And listen, we were talking about it last week. We were talking about how Mark Zuckerberg, like, listen, if he's going to lift the ban on the censorship and take the throttling away, we've already seen evidence. Graham on his pages has already seen a huge uptick. I mean, what would we see? Like a 3 million% increase on Graham's viewership just on on his Meta platforms alone. So that's huge. That's incredible.
3,000,000%. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's
The
insane.
fact that it's not 3 million views, it's percent, which is like 30 million views.
I mean,
It's
when
insane.
we've been on social media, Graham and I, we go back 11 years, right? So we go back, and when we blew up, if you will, on the virality of social media clips, when we were putting those things out there, doing truck rants and things like that. I mean, you could basically burp on a video and get 10 million views in that day. It was insane, and they completely throttled that. They completely throttled my accounts. Zuckerberg did. On January 27th, 2017, just a few days after Donald Trump's inauguration, under the guise of the Russian collusion stuff, they throttled everything. And for those of you who don't know, I sued Meta back in February of 2022 and won. I'm the only person to ever sue them in the state of Texas and win. But if you read the fine print, they eventually overturn that because you have to be doing business as a California entity. That's how they get you. That's how they keep themselves safe from everything. But people never read the terms and conditions. But Zuckerberg goes on the Joe Rogan show and just peddles this big line of BS about how the Biden administration. Do you have the clip there, Royce? Can you play what he says? Because I mean, just guys, this is the worst acting I've ever seen. He wants to be the victim now.
And before we play, he looks the same as he did in the Fox. It's like he's got the fro with the Eminem 8 Mile look on.
This is his new look.
I don't get it.
He's trying to appeal to a younger audience. And
he's trying to be
look
cool.
Less,
Dude, you're old.
the
Deal with
lizards
it.
are evolving. Okay,
Yeah.
they've learned to blend in better. Is what's happened.
Looks like B Rabbit.
Yeah,
Warning.
he is peddling. He is peddling some garbage here. Play this clip.
Yeah,
guys.
warning. I don't remember if there's any cursing in this clip.
Well, it's
so
Joe
I
Rogan,
don't,
so-
think, I don't think there is.
It's Joe Rogan, so you don't know. But
yeah, I
just-
don't think there is. Let her
Here we
rip.
go.
These people from the Biden administration would call up our team and like scream at them and curse, and it's like these documents it's all kind of out there.
Did you record any of those phone calls?
I don't think we but I think
I want to listen.
I mean, there are emails. the emails are published. It's all kind of out there, and they're like, and basically it just got to this point where we were like, no, we're not gonna take down things that are true. That's
not true.
ridiculous.
Wait a minute
They want
now.
us to take down this meme of Leonardo DiCaprio looking at a TV talking about how 10 years from now or something, you're going to see an ad that says, okay, if you took a COVID vaccine, you're eligible for, for this kind of payment, like this sort of like class action lawsuit type meme. And they're like, no, you have to take that down. And we just said, no, we're not going to take down humor and satire. We're not going to take down
Yes,
things
you
that are
Yeah.
true. And then at some point, I guess I don't know, flipped a bit. I mean, Biden, when he gave some statement at some point, I don't know if it was a press conference or to some journalists, where he basically was like, these guys are killing people. And
Lies.
and I don't know. Then like all these different agencies and branches of government basically just like started investigating, coming after our company. It was brutal. It was brutal.
Wow.
I'm really surprised he didn't combust into flames.
Let me tell you something. He lied. He lied through the entire interview. I don't know if you saw the part where they started talking about deer hunting or he was bow hunting, and Rogan, who's a big hunter, Rogan asked him, he said, what kind of bow do you use? And he goes, this is embarrassing. I don't really know. And he's like, because he was like, oh, I use a rifle because it's more efficient. And he's like, but bow hunting is better. And he's like, what kind of bow do you use? He doesn't know. I'm sorry, dude. You're lying. You're lying.
Every man that bow hunts,
Exactly.
Not only
exactly
do they
what
know
you
the
have.
brand of their bow, but they love it. Love it, love it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
a
I
Matthews
bet
guy.
if he did do any bow hunting, it's probably like the rich, posh, like guided hunting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's
like-
people just
like
shoving the
people on
deers
an
out
island.
into the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Zuckerberg-
probably crossbow. I doubt very seriously.
Zuckerberg reminds me of the kind of person that flies in, refugees to an island and hunts humans. I mean, this guy is so evil.
dude.
Exactly.
He's so ridiculous. He's like one of those crazy,
Exactly.
psychedelic movies. But this guy is so crazy. But he's lying because at any time that this was happening, he could have blown the whistle on this. He could have blown the whistle on this, and the majority of America would have rallied around him because everybody, including people on the left, a lot of people felt like they were getting censored on Facebook and Meta and all the places. So he could have blown the whistle on that. He had an opportunity when he testified in front of the Congress, committee. He could have blown the whistle on this. None of that happened. That's why he doesn't have any recordings of those calls. That's BS. He would have every recording of that. He says that the emails were published. We haven't seen anything like that. He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. Now, will we use his platform? Will we continue to blow it up? I mean, it's all or nothing, right? So if 2 billion people want to get off the platform, that's fine. Like if we all said, okay, tomorrow we're all deleting our Meta accounts, we're going to do that. But that's not going to happen. So as long as that is in existence and you are on it, then what we're going to do is we're going to continue to use it. Because if we just reach one person using a platform, then that's going to be a great thing. So, but he's lying. You can put lies in the chat. Lie every time.
Yeah,
blow it
he
up.
really-
He's lying, folks.
He strikes me as the type of an individual that he'd rather climb a tree to tell a lie than to stand on the ground and tell the truth. But here's a $1 million question for you, Chad, because you've been doing this a long time. But number one, they cussed us and they cursed us and they were so mean. Well, you did it anyway. So shut up. Nobody feels sorry for you. But the question is if November would have went a different way, let's just say for the sake of arguing, Kamalama wins the election. Facebook doesn't change.
Doesn't change a bit.
It gets worse.
It doesn't change a bit. He continues the throttling because at the end of the day, he's a communist, okay?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's about controlling speech. He wants to be in control. These guys, it's like I've always said, all of these groups, and by the way, Meta is basically a proxy government. They are so big.
100%.
I mean, they're a world economy, okay? Mark Zuckerberg and what he's built is a world economy. They control lives. They control futures. They control incomes. They control the narrative. I've said forever, this book behind me that I wrote, you can't see it. I said in the intro to that book, that the social media phenomenon may be the end of society as we know it because it created a sense of community that's not social and it's not media. And so it has to be the free market square of ideas. There's no such thing as disinformation or misinformation or hate speech in the free market of ideas. So he ran basically a proxy government where he was able to determine if, I got banned for 30 days on Instagram because I posted a picture of a black woman, historic black woman holding a shotgun, and I was talking about the Second Amendment, and I labeled it as Harriet Tubman, and I got kicked off for 30 days because it wasn't actually Harriet Tubman.
It was actually Rosa Parks.
It was somebody else from 1870, and they banned me. But I was making a point about this woman being able to defend herself. So he ran a proxy government. He controlled her speech, and he told a whole bunch of lies, and we all know it. But you know what? We're going to use his platform against him because I'm telling you, it's a biblical principle, man. What evil intends to harm you, God's going to use it for good, man. Mm-hmm. He will put a snare in their path, and this is what happens. He's been exposed as a liar, so let's just move forward and use it all we can, guys. So you know what? I know a lot of you guys, you jumped over here on Rumble, you've jumped over on Truth Social, you've done all those kind of things because you said, I'm going to make sure that my time, attention, and my effort is going to go to these people that support my causes. But as long as there's a platform out there and we can use it, we're going to use every dadgum one of them, and his is
Every
included.
single one.
What do you think happened? So you guys saw the clip. I mean, Jimmy Carter, it took him 10 hours to bury the guy, and you know, it felt like a lifetime, and he was 100 years old, but they go to the funeral. The human dynamic of watching that of these former presidents and vice presidents and their spouses, Mike Obama was conspicuously absent, but they seated on purpose, they seated Barack Obama right next to
great.
Donald Trump. And you can't read their lips. I've even seen some deaf people who have those sites about reading lips, and I don't think she got it right either. These guys
that's because they did what the catchers and the pitchers in baseball do. They went.
It was kind of some things going on the side of the lips like this. Yeah. But you know, they were chuckling and they were giggling. A lot of people were accusing them of being the uniparty. No, I think this is just two players who understand how the game plays. But this was Donald Trump put this out. This is one of the reasons I love Donald Trump. He's the greatest comedian in the world. And he absolutely trolled this thing. Play that clip. This is Donald Trump, 47th president, who put this out. This is fantastic.
Well, Mr. President.
For a second time. Barack, very nice to see you.
Congratulations. So how you doing?
A lot better, Dad.
Yeah, I bet. Knew you'd win.
Oh, really? Well, come on. Anyone could beat her.
Kidding
She's
me?
just...
I was just as appalled. You know what happened? You just didn't want to leave.
I know.
Is what happened. I did what I could to help her. She was horrendous.
I know. You know what I realized? Hillary still hates me. So much.
Oh,
I know. She'll never forget me.
But I tell you, somebody in
We
that
should meet to discuss.
area
I
think
was
so,
not
too.
happy,
We can
and
definitely
that was
set something up.
Kamala.
Let me know whatever
Oh, we
works
got?
best for you.
I was going to fly back to Florida tomorrow for the golf.
Okay.
The golf.
For the golf. Going back for the golf.
There she is.
And Melania's eyes were throwing darts.
Oh yeah.
She was not. I mean, these were people who tried to destroy her and her family. Even came after Barron. She was throwing darts. Melania was having none of it. And Kamala, who is just as awkward as she can be, this girl, she's lost weight, man. She hadn't been eating. I don't know if she's in grief or what, but
She's been on
you see
liquid
that?
diet since November.
She won't even look at me.
Really? I was told. Some of her people. Apparently they said she fell off the wagon.
I think she actually may have. Sure. And also, she's not really built for this. At Mount Pressure, if you're not built for it, we'll do it.
I loved it when because you can see like the actual clip itself, like Barack talk and Kamala turn to like, oh,
she was having none of it.
Got to be talking into me, and oh, he's talking to Trump.
She
and that boy, she turned that face around, and I'm pretty sure Legion was trying to come out.
She started to manifest.
Oh man,
She started
dude.
to manifest. Woo. There's a lot of folks who have jumped on the show since the beginning, and I want to tell you guys, you're asking, where's Graham? Graham Allen he's got something very important today that required him to travel. And so be praying for Graham. Throw some prayer hands up in the chat for Graham. There's some huge things going on for the Dear American family. Trust me when I tell you guys, it is good. It is good. It is so dadgum good. And Graham Allen is the guy today on the spot to get it done. So put your prayer hands up. We'll be able to tell you later on some of the things that are going on, but put your prayer hands in the chat for Graham. God, we love Graham. And so he's doing a little traveling today. And trust me, it's a good thing. But he's going to D.C. because he's got to be at Pete Hegseth's confirmation tomorrow. He's got to be there for that. And so, yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I see people who are asking questions. I love that you're asking the questions. I wish I could answer them for you.
Can't do it.
And I wish I could, but it's so exciting. Y'all have got to just be proud of the Dear America family and what Graham has built. It's an incredible thing.
Just
so
be patient.
Thank you,
You'll
guys.
know.
Yeah.
You'll find out. But really quick, let's do an ad, and then when we're
Let's do
done
an
with
ad.
this, Megamoo 32
potato
is going to
girl.
join us. She's got a new show coming on Dear America. She's going to hop on. We're going to talk to her about her stuff. But let's do it right after this ad, Chad.
Let's do it, guys. My friends over at betonline.ag, they've got a cool thing going over there. If you get over there and you go into the sports book, you go into the sports betting, there's a politics category, and they actually let us create some of the lines for them. So they want to know, like, what will be, Donald Trump's approval rating at the time of the inauguration. They've got some places that you can go in and you can actually bet on the confirmation hearings. There's so many cool little lines that are in there. I mean, there's a lot of people who they sports bet and they do that, but you might as well throw the politics in there. I like to check on it because I like to see where the money's going. I like to see where the money's going. How much is Trump going to offer for Greenland? They got ads on that. I mean, under $1.5 trillion or over. The over bet $1.5 trillion.
There's an over under.
I mean, I've never seen an over under on $1.5 trillion. Will we see Canada become a province in the 51st state under a Trump presidency? That you say nope. I mean, then you can bet on the different provinces, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's entertaining, folks. It's entertaining. Take a deep breath and have some fun. Go check it out. Yes, go to betonline.ag. You don't need any code or anything else. Go check them out. Go just check them out. It's going to see what's up. It's going to be fun. Is Megan Duthu here? Do we have Meggie Moo?
We do have
32.
the Maggie Moo.
Oh my
There
gosh.
she is.
You know
Hello.
what? I'm going to do another cannon.
You have another?
Yeah, dude, I got tons of these things. Y'all ready? It's going to be loud. Megan, just for you. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, jeez.
Don't ask me why I was covering my eyes.
It's so much prettier in the studio here. Megan, how are you, girl?
I'm good. How is everyone here?
Oh, we're having a party on a Monday morning, man. It's exciting.
yes,
I'm all
we are.
jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Dude,
Pink drink.
bro.
Tell
What
us
are you guys
about...
drink a coffee, man? What are you guys doing?
No, I'm
Jacked up
drinking
on
it.
Mountain Dew.
A lot of people think I'm drinking those girly...
Nooner. I thought it was
High
a nooner.
noon.
It's
Yeah.
Celsius. It's Celsius. I think that's the healthiest
Sure
of the
it
unhealthy
is.
drinks. Megan, tell us about you. Tell us about your show. Tell us what's going on. You are a part of the Dear America family. Your show is going to be airing at, I think, 8 Eastern on the
8:30
Dear America
Eastern.
Network.
8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central.
Love it.
And I'm so excited. And first of all, I'm so excited to be part of the Dear America family. So thank you guys for being so welcoming. It's been just overwhelming.
You know what? You have got a welcome to the Dear America Media Network, the DAMN network. You know what? We love it because Graham and I were talking back at the end of the year about this thing, and we said, we need some female voices because men are dumb, right? We know our place, and so we needed some good girls. And Graham sent me your stuff. I fell in love with your clips, fell in love with your reels. Girl, you can sing.
Oh, thank you.
Got a set of lungs. Like,
I
wow.
spent some time on your Instagram, Meggie Moo 32.
Husband plays drums though.
Got you.
He's-
Yeah.
Nice.
He's
You go
very
for the
much an
drummer. At least
audio
at least it's
engineer,
not a
though.
bass player. Never date the bass player.
Ever.
Yeah, that never. Trust me. I'm in a band. We don't give the bass player. But good for you. And you've got it's a uniquely fun and funny and interesting show. I could literally taste the Sour Patch Kids when you were doing the taste
I
test
know,
the
right?
other day.
I know.
Yes. Yeah,
so-
so I have my on the subject content, so pre-recorded content that I have episodes for, and then the singing part is the Music That Made Millennials series. So the content itself kind of is structured around millennial nostalgia, so a little 80s, little 90s, but mainly 90s and 2000s. But then the on the subject live is the same thing, but we kind of dive into certain topics of the current events, like news and things like that. So it can get a little political. So I come in with some topics to talk about, but what the show differs from like this is that the chat is so interactive because it's a just chatting stream. So the chat really determines where the show goes,
Yeah.
which is really fun and interactive. And that's the point of it, is to kind of unwind from the day, unwind from the news cycle, and just kind of come in as like a late night talk show, basically.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
she is late night, and I've watched a couple, and I'm telling you, it's not going to put you to sleep because she's like
No.
a little hamster in the wheel. She doesn't stop. It's just nonstop. Wah, wah, wah. And she says, and prepare yourself. She says potato like 137 times.
Okay, there it is. There it is. All of my money went to Alabama schools with 4 kids. So yeah, and apparently I've seen in the chat we've got some issues, Royce, with it being frozen. I don't know if we're okay. Unmute yourself. There,
I just
Royce.
confirmed it's not frozen. It's just Rumble. It's fine on everything else, and Rumble's not frozen either. Just refresh.
Yeah,
just-
looks
It's
good on
just
my
I
end.
think
I'm
for a
still
second
rolling.
it just buffered and it froze for everybody. So just click play. You're good. If you
hit
can hear us.
refresh, get back in here.
Rumble.
You
You know,
try
we love Rumble.
rebooting your system.
Yeah.
Yeah, Megan came in here and all of that brain power
broke
and
it.
all of that charm and beauty came in here and just froze the thing. But here it is. But, Megan, I said we need some female voices. Graham sent me your clips. I loved them. And then Brianna Morello, who's also doing her news show, which, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the best places to get news information is from Brianna. And it's fun. We're building a great network. It's cool. Graham is traveling today doing some incredible stuff. And so it is going to be so good in the days ahead. I want to get your take on this, Megan. Let's move on to this thing. Did Joe Biden, I don't know who writes his tweets or his X posts. I don't know who's putting this stuff out there, but he's leaving us with a fantastic economy. I mean, it's amazing. California is on fire, but yeah, this is what he says. The economy I am leaving behind. It's the best in the world. Scroll up just a little bit there, Royce. Let me see that whole thing.
I can't. That's
Can't do it. It said, stronger
Yeah,
than
that's it. That's the
ever
whole
for all. I mean, so what is it? Because Eric Swalwell came out the other day and said, well, Trump's talking about buying Greenland and all this kind of stuff, but is he going to lower your grocery prices? And it's like, well, first of all, Trump isn't the president. Why don't you talk to Kamala Harris, the vice president, or to Joe Biden? If this is the strongest economy, people can't afford eggs, and they can't put gas in their car. I don't think so, Joe. I mean, Joe, first of all, who's running the country? Who's been running the country?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Megan, who's writing these tweets?
Well,
Definitely not him, because
No.
we had a conversation about this last Thursday on my stream about Joe saying the fire comment.
Yeah.
Like fire away. And someone said, how dare he, say something like that? And I said, I don't think he's there, guys.
He's
No.
not there.
That's Biden bot 3.7 right
Yeah.
there. Like, that's
Like,
not
that
him.
not
that
there.
or he's just an old man and doesn't care at this point. Like we've
Yeah.
also mentioned.
That could possibly be it. I can totally see that.
He's just
but
firing off
I-
puns left and right, good or
just,
bad. You know?
Yeah.
jumped on the quick inflation numbers, for the past 4 or 5 years. So we all know the lie that the Dems been spinning that he inherited a bad economy. The inflation was at 1.4% when Biden took office, and right now it's hovering around 3.1. So no, you don't have the strongest economy, you tard. Like it's double worse than when you got it.
Yeah. And well, I mean, listen, he just gave another $500 million to Ukraine last week, while California is literally still on fire. So that irritates me. We talk.
Actually, we're gonna pay for everything for California for the next 6 months.
Right,
Okay.
so-
great. Okay, but what about the Helene? What about East Palestine, Ohio? What do they get?
Did I
$750
call
a
it,
piece?
or did I call it? I said it
Yeah.
on this show. I said it on my show. I said I guarantee you that because it's a liberal stronghold, they can't piss those people off, or they'll never win another election.
Mm-hmm.
California will be put in the shop, rebuilt, buff, painted, and waxed to a beautiful shine, and North Carolina will still look like a bomb went off.
And the reason they have to do that, so for those of you who missed that clip, now I know, my family in Augusta, Georgia, they got hit hard by Hurricane Helene. The max FEMA's going to give them, the max to rebuild is $42,000. That's the max. If they get that, that's the max that FEMA can give. Joe comes out the other day and says, we might give 76%. They've told me to do 90. We're going to do 100. The reason they've got to completely rebuild California is they've got to coddle these leftist the leftist electorate that's out there and make sure that they don't skip a beat. Because if you left them to the bureaucratic red tape that the rest of America has to go through to try to get any money out of the federal government when they're in the middle of an emergency, they would flip so fast it'd be ridiculous. So you knew the script was going to be, we got to blame Trump, we got to blame climate change, and we got to make sure that this thing gets rebuilt as fast as it can. So California, it's literally, they're talking about rebuilding. California's still on fire. The fire still has not been contained.
And the mouth breathing rock with lips even went on to say, and I told the governor, spare no expense. I'm like, what is this, Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah, they got to pet them. They got to pet them like a little pet Yorkie, man. They got to make sure California stays. I want to just show you this. First of all, Biden says he could have won. Like Biden says, play the clip. I mean, this right here to me. Oh, what? Okay. Brother, ridiculous. Sorry if you guys, a lot of people have the thing freezing. If you have to, go over to the YouTube channel and watch it over there.
Go to
YouTube.
else.
Watch it. Jump over on X and watch it. You can watch it on any of my Facebooks, I think, as well as Graham's. Go over there and watch it. We want you to be a part of it. We hate that it screws up the chat. We got to pray for Rumble. Everybody, you know what? If the economy's so good, we got to boost these. We got to boost the algorithms on these platforms. Rumble, not the least of which. Listen. On July 27th of last year, he got his rear end handed to him on public television in a national debate between him and Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump literally took mercy on this old man with the stuff that he said. I mean, he embarrassed himself to the point where everybody from Obama to George Clooney turned on him, and he couldn't beat Trump. He literally couldn't beat Trump. So, you know, it's to say that Kamala could have beat Trump. The woman raised $2 billion and still ended her campaign $20 million in debt, unable to pay her bills. If Oprah can't get you elected, you can't beat Trump. So,
Beyonce too.
Beyonce knows. Oh man, talk about frozen. Joe Biden's brain.
I was looking at his face, thinking frozen, because if you look down here, it's so smooth. It's like he's gotten so much Botox. I think he had a facelift.
He's had, we don't even know which version of
this is cryo Biden. Really quick, everybody keeps saying it's freezing. I just looked at Facebook. It has sound. It's on. It's going. I looked at YouTube. It has sound. Todd, is it working for you?
I just refreshed mine on Rumble. Mine's working just fine right now.
So I don't.
Over there, Steve.
I mean, it's annoying to have to continue to hit the refresh button which I mean, I haven't hit it but twice total since this all started happening. But guys, it's not us. It's obviously something going on with Rumble. You know, maybe the Dems are trying to get us
playing
again.
The blame game. They're blaming Todd. They're blaming Royce. They're not blaming me. I'm golden. They know I have no power. Yeah,
it's as soon as Megan joined the show. Actually,
she said she was having problems with EV Mux. Well, what'd you do? What did you do?
Yeah, now these things happen. It's a Monday morning. I'd fire off another confetti cannon, but I don't have one sitting right here. Bam.
No way, dude.
So and Chad, you'll be the only one that gets this. Well, Megan, we're close to the same age, but now every time Biden speaks, the first thing that comes to mind is, do you remember when Will Ferrell used to do his SNL skit of Harry Carey?
There's a man made of cheese.
Hey! Every time the man talks, that's all I can think about. Hey!
No, we're made of cheese. Would you eat it?
There you go, Meg. There you go.
Let's see if we can get through it. Don't worry about this next clip. We'll come back to that. Let's talk about Birch Gold. I want to make sure everybody, before everybody jumps off of here, they get scared away because they're let it go. It's not that episode of Frozen. Don't let it go. Stay on the show. Birch Gold, I want to make sure that you guys have not only secured your retirement accounts and taken care of your money, but it is backed by something that you can literally put your hands on, and that is with physical gold. Birch Gold are the experts. They are the nation's leader in helping people convert their IRAs, their retirement accounts over to physical precious metals. I mean, that's what they've been using this entire time we've been on this planet, is precious metals that have had value. Gold doesn't go down. And right now is a perfect time to be buying in. So you can text the word Graham, Graham, our dear beloved Graham. Text Graham to the phone number 989898. Birch Gold will send you a free information kit, no obligation, in order to diversify your retirement savings with precious physical gold. They will inform you. They will educate you. If you've not done it yet, we need you to show some love to Birch Gold, because these guys are the real deal. I had a conference call with them the other day. They genuinely care about their customers, and they want you taken care of, especially in these days of uncertain times. Because contrary to what Joe Biden said, we're not living in the greatest economy, but gold is always going to have its value. So make sure that your IRA is backed in gold. Your retirement account is taken care of. Text Graham to 989898. I want every one of you to do it. No obligation, absolutely free. Get educated. And who knows, they may be able to help you a lot. 989898. Text the word Graham. All right. Newsom, let's talk about California, man. Gavin Newsom, he is slick, dude. He is what I believe Satan looks like in the flesh.
That is Lucifer.
I mean, Lucifer is not
Patrick Bateman.
One.
He is Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
That's a great
That
point.
is actually a really good reference.
That's a good one.
He is.
He's the Christian Bale character from American Psycho. I wouldn't trust that guy. I mean, Mr. French Laundry, while you were quarantined and staying at home and having to obey the stickers on the grocery store floor and wear pool noodles on your head during COVID so nobody got too close to you when you were masked and double masked and hugging your restaurant. But here's old Gavin. He said there's a lot of misinformation out there. Just launched a new site to ensure the public has access to the facts based around the data of the Southern California fires. Then he lists off a few bullet points. But if you click on the Get the donation site, this is how corrupt these people are. You want to talk about misinformation, Zuckerberg? This guy is redirecting you to a place where you can donate, and it goes to Act Blue. They're gonna put your name on a mailing list. They're gonna blow up your phone. This is a way that they're gonna collect from you. There's plenty of great places if you want to give to rebuild California. There's some great places to do it. Mercury One, Samaritan's Purse. Don't give to the Red Cross. Don't do that, and don't give here. This is not gonna go help. You know what this is going to do? It's going to fund more California bureaucracy in Sacramento. And listen, people said it was false information. From what I'm seeing, the 60 fire trucks that went down from Oregon got stopped because they had to get inspected for emissions and make sure they were working right and all this kind of stuff. And everybody's like, that didn't really happen. It literally did. They had to stop the fire trucks from Oregon to make sure that they were under California standards before they could go to Southern California. That's the type of bureaucracy this crap is funding. Yeah. Say they couldn't hear you, Todd. So, man,
it was a good point.
It was a great point. It was a fantastic point. And people are going to have to go back and watch this episode again. Listen, this is crazy, the stuff that they are peddling out here. They will lie to you straight in your face, and they want you to believe. I mean, this is gaslighting 101 right here. And so here's the deal. Here's what Newsom says. Put the next clip up. Newsom says that Trump You know, Trump's probably going to throttle the aid that's going to come to California. Joe Biden's promised 100%. And so Gavin Newsom, he says that he said this about, first of all, another lie. He falsely claims that the reservoirs are full. They're not. Play the clip. This is from Nick Sorter on X.
I called for him to come out, take a look for himself. We want to do it in the spirit of an open hand, not a closed fist. He's the president-elect. I respect the office. We have a president of the United States that within 36 hours provided a major disaster declaration over a text. We had support from the president of the United States, Joe Biden, with 100% reimbursement, all the resources you could hope for or imagine, constant communication. I'd like to extend that to the president-elect. I don't know what he's referring to when he talks about the Delta smelt and reservoirs. The reservoirs are completely full, the state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us. Responding to Donald Trump's insults, we would spend another month. I'm very familiar with them. Every elected official that he disagrees with, very familiar with them.
We do know, though, from reporting here locally that one reservoir that serves the Palisades was not full.
And that's exactly what triggered my desire to get the investigation, to understand what was happening with that local reservoir. That was not a state system reservoir, which the president-elect was referring to as it relates to the Delta and somehow connecting the Delta smelt to this fire, which is inexcusable because it's inaccurate, also incomprehensible to anyone that understands water policy in the state.
And so they basically say, okay, so there is this reservoir that is empty. And he's like, yeah, well, there's that one. When they start using that many words to talk around something, they're just lying. I mean, that whole thing is not true. It was about the smelts. I mean, it's just the same way as they're blaming climate change. And we're now seeing that it was arson. I mean, they're bringing people in who are illegals, who have been setting fires. They've caught all these people who are doing this. But, you know, they're arresting climate change, I guess.
3 times. 3 climate change arrests so far.
Yeah,
this year.
they just keep putting the handcuffs on climate change. So, boy.
Because he can't take responsibility for his lack of action in preventing things like this. Like, you're prone to wildfires, correct? So why not take the proper measures to prevent this? Like, this has been a topic of conversation over the last week. I know that. So we're beating a dead horse at this point. But
yeah,
it's true. He can't take responsibility.
You're right, Megan. And there's going to be tons of the finger pointing, and there's going to be all these things, even within them, because this house of cards is falling. But I will say this on this whole deal. You know how Joe Biden was like, you know, the buck stops here. These guys all have that philosophy of the buck stops here. You know the Santa Ana winds are coming every single year. You know that this is the time that is prone for wildfires. You know that the insurance companies were canceling their fire insurance because they knew that California was not equipped to handle a potential fire. And so people's premiums were going up to the point where they couldn't afford them until finally places like State Farm said, you know what, we're just cutting it all because we know the fires are going to be absolutely because this is uniparty right here. I want you to forgive Gavin Newsom. Play the clip.
How you doing, Governor Christie? Governor Christie, is Governor
Is that
Newsom,
a donut in his hand?
Right
No.
Can you handle something like this before?
You know what?
Yeah.
You gotta communicate the truth to your people and let them know how you're gonna fix the problems. He does that.
He can overcome it.
On his head.
Okay.
If he doesn't, he's not.
Right. Do you think the people are going to forgive him at some point after all they've gone through?
We're a very forgiving country.
We're a very
Thank you so
forgiving
much,
country,
Governor.
he says.
Yeah, notice that tie is not tightened because I don't think it's possible to button that.
No, they don't. He can't get a 27-inch neck on a shirt.
No way.
There's a lot going on. Oh, boy. But you know what? People that are getting the stuff done, I mean, you know, you got stuff like Elon and Trump. And I promise you, Trump ain't going to just let California burn. He will take care of the people of California. And there's some good people in California, but they are getting screwed by the bureaucracy. Let's play this. We got to move real quick. Jen Psaki. Oh, I love Peppermint Patty.
Raggedy Ann.
Here she is, man. And again, it's all Trump's fault. It's all Trump's fault. Play the clip.
And with these fires still burning, we are facing important questions about how to mitigate and prevent disasters like this in the future. Fact is, leaders will need to confront a very complicated and challenging reality moving forward. But right now, that is not exactly what is happening. Instead, Donald Trump and his allies are injecting half-truths, misinformation, and flat-out lies in some cases in order to score a version of political points, I suppose. We saw something similar play out just this past October in the aftermath of Hurricanes Helene and Milton, when Trump repeatedly lied about FEMA spending disaster relief funds on migrants, which didn't happen. Also baselessly claiming that the Biden administration was absent and incompetent in delivering aid, despite what elected officials of both parties on the ground said. Those lies were then spread and amplified by the richest man in the world on the social media site that he owns. So I guess none of us should have been shocked this week when Elon Musk posted that the Los Angeles Fire Department prioritized DEI over saving lives and homes. That's an exact quote. That appeared to be a disgusting dig at the city's fire chief, Kristen Crowley, who has served in the department for decades, rising through the ranks to become the first female and LGBTQ fire chief in LA's history. Musk also amplified a post this week from conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Yes, that guy. He's still around. Yeah. Alex Jones wrote that Los Angeles fires are part of a larger globalist plot to wage economic warfare and deindustrialize the United States before triggering total collapse. I mean, not sure that guy's okay. Musk responded to that post by writing, true. Yes, just to repeat here. That's just the richest man in the world and the best friend of the incoming president, confirming to his 200 million followers that he thinks the devastating wildfires are a part of a globalist plot. And so now we're back in this vicious cycle where Trump and his new bestie push lies about a natural disaster, and then right-wing media runs with them.
All right, let's stop her right there. That's enough of that annoying lady. But yet you got Elon Musk who's out there. He's got the Cybertrucks out there with the Starlink. Basically patrolling the area. So you got these talking heads out there who are talking about, oh, you know, it's Trump's fault. He's going to threaten with DEI and disinformation, all this kind of stuff. And Alex Jones, that guy. Yeah, the guy that tends to get it right, who's calling things out. This is the crazy thing. I mean, is the fire real or not? It's a real fire. Now, it's not climate change. I don't care what the cultists say. It's not climate change. It's arson. We're going to see that more and more. There are people literally on video setting fires.
There was a dude arrested that had a flamethrower running around.
I'm telling you, dude, the blowtorch and a propane
They'll blame that on Elon.
I mean, Elon's the one. These guys are getting it done. They got it done with Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. What happened? They sent however many thousands of Starlink units over to Western North Carolina to get people back online so they could communicate again. People like Elon Musk actually get the things done. So, you could talk about this, misinformation, disinformation. You literally have a video of the fire chief saying, well, if your husband is in a fire and a house that's on fire and you expect me to carry him out, well, he shouldn't have been in the wrong place. I mean, it's
exactly.
DEI. It is literally what that is. It is DEI.
It's all crumbling down because we've seen all these corporations and businesses start to drop the whole DEI crap because it doesn't work. It's inefficient. We know this. It's a dumb layout and it's a dumb business plan because it doesn't do any good for business. So now that they've done this DEI crap with the firefighters, first responders. I'm like, I don't care what color you are. I just need help. Why does that matter? But they can't admit to that because they can't admit to their stupidity and their ignorance when it comes to preventing a natural disaster. But this, obviously, we know now that it wasn't a natural disaster, but now it's caused a widespread fire across Los Angeles.
Yeah. And my question is to Peppermint Patty is where's the misinformation? Because you're talking about the hurricanes. Mayorkas came out himself in the middle of that and said, we're out of money. If you had the money and that was misinformation, then North Carolina would be on the road to recovery. And we've seen clip after clip after clip of it still looks like Nagasaki and Hiroshima in some areas.
People living in tents in freezing weather in the mountains, man. Places still aren't cleared out. I mean, Augusta, Georgia, where I grew up, my hometown is still in shambles. It looks like somebody just dropped pine trees all over them like pickup sticks. It's a mess over there, and people there's no timeline on getting it fixed. But yes, it's DEI, 100%. I will remind everybody, if it's freezing up over here, you can also go to Chad Prather my page over on Rumble, and you'll still be in the live chat. Also, if you're on YouTube, the live chat all merges into here. So we're sorry for the freezing up. I mean, I see Royce. Royce, I see the pressure. I see the pressure and the size that are in there. Royce takes this stuff seriously. We all do. But again, some of these things are out of our control. If you're just joining the show and you are here, I want to remind you guys, Graham is traveling today. He's got some stuff going on that's really cool, and we'll talk more about that when we can. But let me tell you, thank you, dear America family, for being a part of this. Meg is nailing it. I'm so excited that you're on the thing. And I just want to remind everybody. I want to skip down here. We've got that picture of the houses before and after. Throw that picture up there. Skip over the next one, but go down to this. It's devastating, man. What's going on in California? Throw the prayer hands up in the chat. This is the same neighborhood. This is the same area taken before and after the fire, just literally destroyed. I was watching video of people in Palisades driving back into their neighborhood, and they were literally crying over their neighbors' houses that were burning down. They were crying, and they were looking for their own home. Their home was still standing, and they were just thanking Jesus. It's amazing when you're in that type of a crisis how God and faith and a cry for help becomes so real and relevant. And these people is just devastating. And no, I see people all the time say, well, California got what they deserve.
Chill out.
Relax on some of that stuff. There's some good people out there. Like I said, there's good people getting screwed by bureaucracy. I don't want to see anybody harmed. I don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't want to see, losing a home like this to a fire is like a death in the family. It really is. It is a tragic loss that people just don't get over. I mean, you're losing literally everything, which is one of the reasons why we always encourage people to prepare in best ways you can. But pray for California. And you know what I'm praying for? I'm praying that this will open people's eyes to see how bad this bureaucracy is, how this mismanagement and the corruption that's been there, and the push for DEI and woke is broke, and everything that is woke turns to, you know what I mean? And so people will get their eyes open, and they'll start to see this, because there's some folks outside of L.A. and San Diego and Sacramento and Oakland and San Francisco. There's some people outside of there, really good conservative communities. I went to the Texans football game. They played the L.A. Chargers the other day, and I sat next to some folks who had flown in from L.A. We had a great long conversation about not only the fires, but what's going on there in California. These were good guys, and I'm praying for these guys. So thank you for throwing the prayer hands up.
Yeah, and we should, because remember when the assassination attempt on Trump, not the first time, but the second time, all these freaking lunatics came out on TikTok saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have missed," blah, blah, blah. How pissed we were when people... Y'all, I'm gonna be a whole lot more blunt. We're better than them.
Yeah.
Okay, do better.
Yes.
All right, do better.
Yeah,
bro. I'll tell you. I one of the things that I can tell you for certain that one of my main concerns was this fire was Diddy going to be okay? Was Diddy's house going to be okay? That was my biggest.
Baby
that was
oil's
my biggest
fireproof,
concern.
man.
Your baby oil doesn't burn.
Baby
apparently.
oil's fireproof.
Diddy's mansion spared.
Good. Goody. We can have all the evidence we need.
Yeah, Diddy, you can rest easy there in that jail cell knowing that your mansion was spared. His, 18,000 square foot mansion. The LA wildfires are raging. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of celebrities that had lost their homes. And I know a lot, these guys, that's the thing. When you're making $20 million a year and upwards of that, these celebrities, they can rebuild and they can, but again, the biggest story is, one of the founders of BLM, our dear friend Patrisse Cullors. She has tragically lost two of her three Los Angeles mansions, which she bought in white neighborhoods. By the way, I will remind everybody. But two of her mansions have burned. I tell you, there's good money in radical activism that gets nothing done. There's some good money. If you can get that job, it's a good one. You just ask the Reverend Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. Just ask them how good the money is. But poor Patrisse, we want to keep her in our thoughts and prayers. She's lost two of her three mansions.
Y'all just don't understand. Like Chad, Graham, me, Royce. Count Dooku down there. Like, we could all be millionaires in a month if we just decided to go trans and radical.
Yeah.
Like, we could be like, Nike would sign me tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
if I went
I've
crazy
said forever,
like that.
if I could just go woke, for fun, for funsies at some point in time today, you guys should get on maybe one of these platforms and put Chad's pads. It will ruin your nightmares. Chad Prather, Chad pads, and you will see something I
Maxi
did
pads.
a while back. Go look at listen, I make an ugly woman, but dadgum, it was a good makeup job, okay? Chad's pads, go look it up. And you know what? Now this right here, this Patrice Cullors thing, I gotta say, this is the kind of thing that makes me go, you reaped what you sowed. You reaped what you sowed. Evil will be exposed.
Even then, though, she's still left with one mansion.
She's got a
that's
mansion.
more than most people will ever have.
Yeah, I mean, this is she's going to be okay. She's going to be okay. It's a heartbreaking situation out in California. But again, as I said at the beginning of the show, it's Trump's fault. It's
all his fault.
Trump's fault. If you found a hair growing out of your ear this morning, guys, it's Trump's fault. The pimple on your butt, that is Trump's fault. The fever blister on your lip is Trump's fault. I'm just telling you, Trump is the poison. He's the poison. Yeah, I'll tell you what, drill, baby, drill. We got the tankers that are in the Gulf of America. We got Megan, who's on Dear America with her show. It's going to be brand new, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. And you know what? We got Todd, we got Royce, and we got huge stuff going on in the world of Graham Allen.
Huge.
Yeah, we
huge.
do.
And when I say it, I mean bigly. It's going to be huge. It's going to be
Huge.
It's going to be amazing.
Not tiny. Huge.
Not small. It's not small at all. It's fabulous, actually. I don't know if you realize how fabulous it is, but it's fabulous. You'll read about it. You'll read about it on X when I hit send.
Yeah.
And it'll pop up on your phone.
Head over the Truth Social.
I'm so excited about what's happening with the Dear America family. We're going to go, and we might have a couple of super chats. I don't know. I know there were some folks who jumped off. And listen, rewatch it, come do it. But make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the share. Let's get this information out there. And you know what? If nothing else, we got people praying for the Dear America family. We got people praying for California. We got people praying for Graham and all the stuff that he's got going on. And I've been blessed by you guys. I have. I do the Chad Prather show in the afternoons. Todd's got the hot seat on in the evenings. Megan's got her new show that's going to be on the Dear America Network. And
Past
Royce,
our bedtime.
God bless Royce. Royce works his butt off.
Royce is the busiest dude in Dear America.
I mean, really. So you know what?
But he's young, so I don't have no sympathy for him.
He's got the energy. I get tired just listening to Royce talk about what he's doing. And I want to encourage you guys, follow all of them on social media. Todd Spears, 1776, at Royce Chamberlain on X, Meggie Moo, 32. Did I get that right?
You did.
And it's MU, Meggie MU.
Yes.
32. And you know what? We'll get into the super chats. We'll talk about a couple of other things, and we'll wrap this thing up. Before we do, Mr. Todd, why don't you pray us out here, my brother?
I would love to. Let us all bow. Father, we just thank you for a good weekend. Lord, we just thank you for the voice that you give us, the talent that you give us. Father, I just ask that you continue to lead us, guide us, and direct us. Open the doors that need to be open, close the ones that need to be closed. And Father, if there is somebody out there right now, somebody that can hear my voice that has never met you, that does not have a relationship with you, or if there is somebody out there that has a relationship with you but just feels distant, that just hasn't felt your presence in a very long time, Lord, this is January. This is the new year. Father, I just ask that you meet those individuals where they are. You reveal yourself to them. You put your loving arms around them and show them the love, grace, and mercy that is fresh for them every single day. Father, we love you. Help us get through the remainder of the week. I just ask that you be with Graham as he travels, keep him safe, and bring him back to us quickly and unscathed. And we ask all these things in your son's name, and all God's people said.
Hey, amen. Amen. Good stuff, brother. I want to encourage everybody. First of all, thank you for tuning in. Hit like, hit share. Stay here in the chat with us for a little while. Visit our friends Birch Gold. Text Graham 989898, and then also we got the Wellness Company and BetOnline.ag. All right. Deep breath, boys.
Hunter 0308. Sunday is my 23rd birthday. Love the show. Let's pray for Trump, California. I told the old lady, wow, a 23-year-old.
I know.
I told the old lady I want to meet Trump for my birthday. All jokes aside, would be a dream, though. Thanks for all you guys do. Man, that's pretty sweet. 23-year-old and call his wife old lady.
Go
Happy
down to
birthday.
Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, happy birthday. Go down to Mar-a-Lago, knock on the door. He'll answer.
Every year, 19. Okay, never mind. Just call me Adam. Would y'all keep my wife in y'all's prayers? She's having concerns about if she's going to be employed after March. She is currently looking for other employment just in case. Thanks. No problem, Adam.
Absolutely
on it, buddy. On it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Elisa Victoria. I hate how the left try and gaslight as though we haven't been paying attention. The celebrities who are now also turning on the left, I hope their eyes stay open. It's not that they're gaslighting you. They literally think you're that stupid. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
Yes.
And you know what's crazy is I said last week on the show how, this could open the eyes of some of these people on the left in California with the stuff that's going on.
Hopefully
but again, it always blows my mind how dumb people are and how they will continue to vote for their own demise.
That's a fact. So. And this one is from Skip_1074 from Megamoo.
Oh, Skip be flirting.
Welcome to the DA fam, Megamoo32. Got to hang out over the weekend on your show and had a blast.
Awesome.
Asking for prayers and God's guidance as I look at a career change after 16 years.
Wow.
So good luck, Skip. I know exactly how you feel, my friend.
Yeah.
Good luck. From Striker J, I'm sure Patrice will say that the fire, Patrice will say the fire was racist and targeted her two mansions. So oppressed. Megan, heart, pointy finger. So glad you're here now, doing great. You fit right in. Stay confident and know you deserve it.
I think it.
Megan,
thank you.
You know what? Your nails, you got the manicure game on point. Look at those things right there, girl. Every time I see you got
pretty. Wow, holy Lord.
You got some work going on there, girl.
That oyster.
I know. You reminded me I need to reschedule my appointment today.
There you go. That's what I'm here for, to make sure you girls stay beautiful. But manicures are racist too, Striker J.
Yes.
So they're racist and along with fire.
Sorry.
Mansions are racist.
I know the power of prayer, so I'm just asking prayers for my mom. She's a cancer survivor and is dealing with chemo side effects on her heart in the hospital now. Thank you for all y'all do, and God bless. Absolutely prayers for your mother, Stacy. Disney Mom _97. I don't think I'd have said that out loud. Thank you guys for helping me start a rough morning in a better way. Been listening since Truck Rants, and I'm so glad you all have joined. Cool.
No.
Well, I hope your morning gets better, sweetheart.
Yeah, we're praying for you.
Yeah.
Last one.
Absolutely.
Mamoose, when y'all asked if we would pay $10 a month to watch DA programming, were you referring to Rumble? I ask because if so, I will do so now versus waiting because the commercials drive me crazy. I do. Look, I have Rumble Premium because I hate ads. I hate commercials. I don't do it.
We are, in terms of what we were talking about when we mentioned that, we are working on something. It's not Rumble Premium, but there is something special to come. A lot of it's up in the air. A lot of stuff needs to be talked about, but yes, there is something coming. Exclusive Dear America is what we're working on. So that's all the super chats.
I flew out to visit with Graham at the beginning of December. Graham and I go back a decade, and Todd's known Graham since they were 8 years old. These guys, a lot of history.
No.
Graham and I have traveled around the world together. We have done a lot of things together over the years, and he's one of my dearest and best friends. So I flew out and met with him. And we sat down and we talked about the ways that could possibly, because he talked to me about, being a part of the show. He said he and Tony were going to do another project, and there were some changes that were coming, some things that were happening, and he needed some help. And so he reached out to me. So we met, and the main thing we were talking about, and Graham's passion is for this audience, and he wants to make sure that the messaging and the show is not only the best it could possibly be, but it's delivered in the most efficient way. And I know, Royce, you've worked around the clock tirelessly on so many different projects that we're going to launch here pretty soon that I think is going to make so many things easier for people. We'll see. And then a lot of times we're kind of at the behest of the social media platforms. And like today with a lot of the stuff that was kind of freezing and stuff like that. So we're
technology is a wonderful thing.
I've always said the devil lives in technology.
Yeah.
He is the prince of the power of air, and it's like something gets lost in the translation. Do we have another super chat down there from Stryker?
There is one
Jay?
more from Stryker Jay. He said, just because I love all y'all, love the new shows, loving the new vibes, I want to share love to all the folks that have shared support, help to me while I begin launching the Wolverines show.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good luck,
cool.
Jay.
Thank you
All
so
the
much.
best to you, Stryker
Yeah.
Jay. I
Love you
that
like a
guy.
play cousin.
Yeah, appreciate
Someone in the
all
chat asked me about said you have a signed BSB cover. No, this is a folder that I had in first grade.
God, I remember those things.
First grade?
Is it,
That's
let me see that
crazy.
thing? Wow.
Yeah, that's
girl.
a Backstreet Boys folder from like elementary
You
school.
are
Yeah.
my fire.
That's crazy.
I don't even know if that's Backstreet Boys. I think it is.
It is. I did a cover of that.
That's right.
You sure
Yeah,
did
that's
do
right.
that. I'll tell you my Backstreet Boys story another time. Anyway, used to play softball with one of those boys. And he got tagged out at second base, and the shortstop goes, bye, bye, bye. And he goes, wrong band. He goes, wrong band,
Wrong
but that's still
band.
funny.
Good one, but wrong one.
Yeah. He said, but that's funny. Oh, man. You guys, what do you guys have going on? Megan, when's your show going to kick off on the network?
Tonight.
Yes.
Tonight.
Exciting.
Remind them what time.
I'm excited.
7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, and
you go.
it's going to be Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. But this week it's only going to be Monday and Thursday. So next week it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Cool.
And Todd, what all nights are you doing?
You catch me Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 5 o'clock God's time. That is Central.
There you go. Make sure you're following these folks on social. You can join me on all the platforms at 2 Eastern, 1 Central for the Chad Prather Show today. Royce and I will be back with you. You never know who's going to pop up in there. You can go over to watchchad.com where all the fun stuff is. I'll be in Fredericksburg, Texas, Saturday night doing a show, a little comedy, little music, and then also going to be in Waco, Granbury, and Austin, Texas at the end of the month. So get those tickets, watchchad.com, and go get my new song, What Happened to That.
It's really good.
It's
Phenomenal.
good. It's one of my favorite releases that I've done in the last couple of years. And I'll tell you, it's one of my favorite songs, and everybody that hears it, it resonates with them. So
I was literally
boy.
building some stuff in my shop, listening to it on the speakers. I was like,
thank you for that. I don't normally say that this stuff is good, but this song's a good one. So
it's pretty good.
It resonates with people. Royce, thank you, brother. For all of you out there, the Dear America family, pray for Graham, share. That's the biggest thing you can do for Graham right now is pray for him and his family. And also make sure that you share the show. We good, Royce?
We good.
All right. Todd, tell them goodbye.
Love you, miss you, mean it.
Royce.
See you guys.
Megan.
Bye.
We love you. God bless you. We'll talk to you at 2 o'clock. Till then, bye.